subscribe channel, like and comment video.
The Duck Prince. In a shimmering kingdom nestled between emerald hills and a crystal clear lake, there lived a young prince named Aldrich. He was handsome, wealthy, and admired by all, yet he possessed a heart as cold as winter frost. Prince Aldrich mocked the poor, dismissed his servants with cruel words, and never once showed kindness to those beneath his station. One autumn evening, as golden leaves danced through the courtyard, an old woman approached the castle gates. Her clothes were tattered, her back bent with age, and she carried a small basket of withered apples. "Your Highness," she called weakly, "might you spare a coin or a crust of bread? I've traveled far and have nothing." Prince Aldrich looked down from his balcony with disgust. "Leave at once, you wretched creature. Your presence offends my eyes. Guards, remove this beggar from my sight." The old woman's eyes suddenly blazed with an otherworldly light. "You wear a crown upon your head but carry cruelty in your heart. Until you learn what it means to be humble, to be judged by your appearance, and to know the value of compassion, you shall walk as those you despise." Before Aldrich could respond, a blinding flash filled the courtyard. When the light faded, the prince found himself transformed, and no longer a man, but a simple brown duck, standing on webbed feet where his polished boots had been. "No!" He tried to shout, but only a harsh quack emerged. The old woman, revealed now as a powerful enchantress, had vanished. The palace guards, not recognizing their prince, chased the duck away with brooms. Aldrich fled in terror, his wings flapping awkwardly as he tumbled down the hillside toward the lake. For the first time in his privileged life, he knew fear, hunger, and rejection. Days turned into weeks. The Duck Prince learned to forage for food among the reeds, to sleep in the cold rain, and to flee from hunters' arrows. Other ducks accepted him into their flock, and slowly, Aldrich began to see the world through different eyes. He watched as a poor fisherman shared his meager catch with his hungry children. He observed a servant girl gently nursing an injured sparrow back to health. He saw kindness in places he'd never noticed before, among the simple folk he'd once scorned. One winter morning, as ice formed on the lake's edges, Aldrich noticed a small child had fallen through the thin ice. Without thinking, he dove into the freezing water, quacking loudly to alert nearby villagers. The child's mother came running, pulled her son to safety, and noticed the brave duck struggling in the frigid water. "Poor creature," she said gently, lifting Aldrich out and wrapping him in her shawl. "You saved my child. You have the heart of a prince." At those words, warmth flooded through Aldrich's feathered body. Light swirled around him once more, and suddenly he stood on human legs again, dressed in simple clothes, shivering but whole. The enchantress appeared beside him. "You have learned your lesson, Aldrich. True nobility lies not in titles or riches, but in compassion, courage, and humility." Prince Aldrich returned to his castle a changed man. He opened the palace doors to those in need, treated every person with dignity regardless of their station, and ruled with wisdom and kindness. He kept a small carved wooden duck on his throne as a reminder that one's worth is measured not by appearance or status, but by the contents of one's heart. Moral: true nobility and worth come from compassion and kindness, not from wealth or status. We should treat everyone with dignity and respect, for we never know when we might find ourselves in need of mercy and understanding.